Hello everybody and welcome to Division 5 here in League of Europe. Today it's round 7 and we are at Russia, and again I'm joined with the one and only Mike. How are you?
I am doing great. Once again, we can't seem to get away from it. Technical issues.
Yeah.
And been an absolute nightmare to try and sort out. So
I've just noticed.
all we can do is apologise, but of the slight delay of the stream going up. But if PlayStation would actually like me to actually get into the broadcast menu so I can stream and everything, it would be absolutely fantastic. So PlayStation support, please get on it.
Yeah, I've just noticed as well. I can't hear the cars. Oh no, I can again now. I can again now. There we go. Sorted. So we're 10 minutes into this session. Stephen's gone on pole and retired, which very bizarre.
And we also, when I joined the lobby, I did see Jess's stricken car in the final sector. So we just had Ghost Recon, I think, going for a spin as well. Is he missing his entire front wing? Yes, he is.
Seems to be a common thing at the minute.
Yeah, so Russia, 18 corners, 5.8 kilometers track length.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most infuriating tracks when it comes to picking up penalties. There's always been an occurrence in the past with everyone picking up a good chunk of penalties here. Like, what's your own experience around this track?
Well, today, penalty-wise, I actually did quite well for once. But usually, I don't really like the track previous games, and I've always got a good 12-15 seconds worth of pens. The tin can everyone knows and loves. But I think, the main thing for drivers today is just to keep it clean, like in terms of penalties wise, and they should be on for a good result.
Yes, because you never know what can happen. I don't know if you had any safety cars in Division 3, but in Division 4, towards the end of the race, the safety car came out with only 3 laps of green flag racing, and if you had a penalty, you were dropping down a couple of places.
Yeah, we didn't have fun today, surprisingly enough. It doesn't seem to. It's just not a thing in Division 3 at the minute, safety cars and virtual safety cars. But yeah, there's quite a few people with penalties still, I think, but not like major amounts, which was a bit surprising really, as Jav goes P5. Decent lap from the Alpine driver.
Yeah, good lap there from Jav, who is the brand new lobby host now, so if the lobby crashes, we can blame Jav.
Yeah, I think that's more than fair. I think hopefully we don't see another 2 to 3 hour race like we have for the past 2 weeks. I don't know, who was it that was commentating? Matt and Maverick? Was it them two last week?
Yeah, it was Matt and Maverick coming from us last week.
And they did another 2 hour shift, so shout out to them for managing to do that. As I'm trying to find a driver on a lap. Who have we got? I've got a few new faces as well, I've noticed. I think
so she's on board Jav validates Lads has just started a lap, so I'm going to jump on board with Lads for a hot lap as he breaks down into turn 2 at the 100 metre board. 4th gear. I tried to go into 3rd and then short shift up the 4th.
Yeah, same for me. It seems to be best turning for me. See what he does here.
It's easier to get on the power as well as we come to the first sector split. It's
a very good sector 1. 33 that's quicker than me usually.
I prefer not to speak if I speak. So coming into the heart of the middle sector now, we're so easy just to run a little bit wide and pick up that invalidation or warning through those corners, and the inside curbs as well. I've noticed. So lethal if you hit them, they will unsettle your car massively. But Lad's doing well to avoid all of that as DRS is wide open and the run down towards turn 13. He is 3 times up. This will put him around where Flip is. Can he find any more time in the final sector? Go through 15. Also very crucial traction zone, I think. Turn 15, easy to move back end there as well. Go through 17. We'll keep our eyes out to anyone running off the track to try and get a good line.
Wow.
There goes Lars on the original pole with a 31.1.
That's a very quick. That's almost as quick as the main Div 3. So yeah, that's
TT time.
yeah, that's very nice to see. I think Tin Can to D5. I think that's all what we want. But as Ryan now is finishing his lap as well in the Williams, man, can he get through this last corner? It's very nice. He doesn't really have to do much now. He just needs to get that on the power early enough. And he does a 32.0. Very, yeah.
Pace increase, time increase. I can't speak right now. This the PlayStation situation has got me baffled, ladies and gentlemen. I am absolutely flabbergasted right now.
Yeah. I've just noticed 3 people, well, almost 4 if you count Serial Killer as well, all within a tenth of each other from P4 to P7. Now that is very close, yeah. I think apart from the front 3, the rest of the grid seem very, very close together in terms of pace.
Now, in terms of strategy around you, it's not particularly difficult one to call. Is either going to be soft mediums or medium soft. But out of the two, which do you reckon's the better strategy?
Soft to medium by a long way. I think the mediums are that quick at when like you come out of the pits. The softs just don't get any chance to come back at the later in the race, unfortunately for them. Because the likelihood is as well there's going to be trains which is so hard to get past anyway, even with the fresh softs. It's just not really worth it in my opinion.
So,
what about you? What do you think of it?
I mean, obviously tonight I tried the medium soft strategy. It actually worked for me. I was on course for a top 4 finish, but then the late safety car came out and my 3 seconds of time penalties dropped me down a few places, but
no, you feel
it worked.
Yeah, I mean, I did also go medium soft, not out of choice. My medium lap was good enough for P7 in D3, so, and then I bottled my final soft lap, but I didn't really have a chance to see how good the mediums were, unfortunately, but they did feel quite good at the start. I think near the end though, especially because we had rain at the end of the race, so I was trying to stretch my mediums out the entire race, so near the end they did get a bit not very nice to drive on, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can only imagine. And obviously going in tonight, looking at the championship standings, we got Lars currently leading the way on 85 points in Mercedes. He's put on provisional pole right now. His nearest rival, Ryan Belshaw, who missed the Singapore 2-hour special, but was there for the France 2-hour special, and he actually went on to win that race.
Yeah, at least he got one of the 2-hour wins. It takes some serious skill to win a 2-hour race. I think that's been shown the last few weeks.
Absolutely, and he improves his time by 0.2 of a second, gets himself ahead of Ghost Recon. So Ryan Belshaw on 72 points, then right behind him on 70 points we have Flip Namza Ram, and then on 69 points, and you can't say the number 69 without saying nice.
Nice.
We got Stephen Roback there in the 4th on 69 points to his name, and then a 10-point gap then to a lady who is not here tonight.
Yeah, a big miss, and I think anyone in any race, in league racing ever, knows how over a short season, which they all are these days, how important every race is. Even if you just turn up and get like 3 or 4 points, it's a lot better than just missing completely.
Yeah, absolutely. As I believe we had the Serial Killer improving there up into 4th place, plus Ryan down in the 5th. Obviously this track, pole position's not really what you want around here. I'd think like you'd be aiming for maybe
P3.
3rd or 4th.
Yeah, where George Russell is for starting for tomorrow, so. Flip currently in the best position, actually, I think.
Yeah, but we got Harry F in the final sector now. Harry's had a bit of a rocky season so far. He had a 4th place in Bahrain, which there was definitely more he could have got out of that race, and ever since then, it's always just been that lack in the race, which just loses him so many points. And it doesn't help that he's also missed 2 races, but he got 4th place last week in France. So we're hoping that Harry F now can start to put it together as we approach now the halfway point of the season.
Yeah. I think I remember you saying Harry F. I think you said he'd got really good pace, but he seems to be a bit like you from last season.
Yes.
In D5, yeah. So it'd be interesting to see if you can keep up the form from last week in a way. Because he just seems to have good pace. Like, he's right up there with his teammate and likes a serial killer and Flip.
Exactly, and obviously splitting Aledi and Harry F in the standings is the man, the myth, the legend. That is Jav, currently in 6th in the standings on 35 points. Only the 1 podium to his name, and that was in Bahrain. Since then, he's picked up a couple of top 10, top 8 results, and 2 DNS to his name. Jav, another one who maybe should be a bit higher up the standings than what is currently showing.
Yeah, I think it's a bit like D5 in general, really. I think as you can clearly see in the qualifyings every week, like these guys do have pace, like 31-1, 30-4. They are quick times. It's just sorry mate, but it just seems to be the consistency in the race over a season. It's the main problem for most of them.
Was Jav retained in the pits?
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, here we go. We got to the end of qualifying. Don't think either one of us noticed the time go down to 0, but we're at the end of qualifying.
No, I didn't either. But
we got Frento coming through the penultimate corner now. Was 3/10 up in the middle sector. What's this going to be as across the line? There's an improvement by over a second, so it does get him up ahead of his teammate, but not much more after that.
I'm trying to find who's. I think it's P. I don't know how to say his name. P. Reich, yeah.
I just call him Reich.
Reich, yeah. Or Ping, I think.
When
maybe easiest. Yeah, he's the next to finish his laps, and then it's Flip. If he is still on a lap, I'm not too sure really, but
there's Aston around and looks to be.
Yeah, Flip's not on a lap either, so I think that's the end of qualifying by the looks of it.
And there's Major coming from the final corner and does improve marginally. He gets himself ahead of Swip, who was one of those cars caught up in his final run with Ben Scott. Yeah, I think that's the end of qualifying.
I mean, it went very quickly, so good news so far, I think, for all of us. The qualifying's gone well, so at least we got this part done. But yeah, it's a very mixed grid from when I last commentated in Singapore, so it'd be good to see what everyone's pace is like in the race, because it looks quite close, like especially third all the way down to around 14th, if you would say. They're all within a good 6 or so tenths of each other.
Yeah, absolutely incredibly close in qualifying, and hopefully it's going to provide some good close action on track. Let's go look at the drivers to keep an eye on tonight. Obviously, we want to see Lars, Ryan, Flip, and Stephen Roebuck have a nice battle with each other. Nice four-way scrap for the championship lead.
Yeah.
It'll be tidy. But yeah, we'll run you through the order now. It is Lars taking pole position with a 31.1, 2.5 tenths ahead of Stephen Roebuck, who joins him on the front row. Then we got Flip Namsaram in third, arguably the best place to be. Serial Killer in fourth, Ben Scott in fifth, Ryan Belshaw down in sixth place with his teammate Harry F in seventh. Then we got Ghost Recon in eighth, we got Jav in ninth, and Don Steering Wheel making his return, rounding out the top 10. Then outside the top 10 we got ERS Major, Swip, Marcy, Fento, Mason, Reich, Bellin, Ibo, Jess, and Royal Council. And
that was a very speedy second top 10.
I've said it before, I'll say it again. Like, you know what I mean, Storage Hunters, sign me up.
You did. You would be perfect, very suited for the role. I must say. The way you pronounce the names perfectly, in speed, they'd be lucky to have you.
Yeah, it's all the practice. I'm saying, we get your control of Fan City or go.
Yeah, those Welsh names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that one.
That specific one.
Yeah, the rest are fine. It's just that one.
I would say the rest are fine. I remember seeing a few of them and I was very confused myself. But
well, they're easy to pronounce. They just spelled.
They're spelled very weirdly. Yeah. Wales like what they're like.
What we're like.
Could just use the English language. It would have been a lot simpler.
Why would we use the English language?
Because it's just you're right next to us anyway. You may as well. Like, the Americans use the English language. Hey, look how far away they are.
Americans didn't have a choice.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Anyways,
we get the history lesson. Let's get back to the race.
I'm not good at history, so I'm going to quickly move away from it. But Major seems to be most of them going for the medium tyres, which is understandable outside the top 10. Just Swip, Reich, and Ibo all going for the soft tyres, wanting to make that impact at the start of the race, which those soft tyres can do.
Yeah, I think the guy to keep an eye on, like early, is going to be the man in 12th, Swip. Should be able to get the jump on Major ahead of him. And if he's on fresh softs compared to warm ones on quality, he should have a slight grip advantage on the likes of Jav and Don Steering Wheel up ahead.
Yeah, it's going to be a fascinating watch, I think, especially the first few laps, because I think the softs do run out quite quickly around here, even though they don't wear. So will be interesting to see how those medium runners do just before they pit. Obviously the AWS pit strategy popping up for us, which is nice to see.
Yeah, so just to give a bit of background, obviously a former champion in Adri has left the league, but we do have another former champion taking his place, and that is the man in the hat, Don Steering Wheel.
Yeah, it's a like-for-like change, I think. Yeah. Well, actually, no, not like in terms of titles, not the quite different drivers off the track. Is that safe to say? I think.
Yes, obviously, Adri won the Division 3 Season 2 Championship, and Don, more recently, won Season 4 Division 4.
Yeah, so both got their titles. Obviously, Don dropped down to Div 5, but yeah, I think from what I know, he hasn't really touched this game, so it's understandable because it's quite a different game to last year's. So he's obviously going to have a bit of a learning curve for the first few races, that's for sure. As we finally get those 3 red lights.
5 red lights. And they're out. Looks like a very good start there from Lars, and a great start there from Flip straight into the slipstream.
Serial Killer as well, looked like could almost got the jump on Stephen, but Stephen covers it off nicely. They've all made it through turn 1 very nicely, which is a surprise this season. Going into turn 1, that does not work.
Contact. That's Serial Killer around.
Yeah, Serial Killer going for a move there on the inside, going 3 wide. I don't think that was ever going to work really, and it has allowed Ben Scott right into P3, The likes of Jav.
Got wing damage as well.
Yeah.
It's under pressure from Brian
trying to-
Shaw.
Trying to look now. You could have side pod damage as well, which obviously we won't be able to tell, but
We should be able to tell though. There should be.
yeah, it should be a graphic. We should get our own graphic for damage. It'd be so much easier.
No, it should be like visible like damage on the side pod.
Like,
that
yeah,
should be where it should be
like
for us.
cracks and stuff in the side pod. That'd be nice to see.
Or just a little bit of carbon fibre off the side, like so
Yeah.
so.
As we are going 3 wide with Jav, Ryan, and Ghost Recon, I think, as
Oh, Ghost is
the
gone.
two. Yeah, I was gonna. And he's out.
Oh, that's a big crash of Ghost Recon.
I think what happened was that I think he got sandwiched in the middle between Ryan and Jav, and then it just obviously he lost control of the car. I don't think Ghost Recon could have done much else, to be honest. And then he's been sent flying into the wall, which yeah, is always going to unfortunately end in a massive crash for him once he started going to the wall.
Yeah, as Mason is into the pit, so first man into the pits, everyone else staying out. And I'm trying to think what the earliest pit stop you can make to kind of take the mediums to the end. I figure it is around lap 4.
I mean, you can do the entire race on them. I think yeah, you don't want to, but if you had to, like F1 Mason has at the minute, you may as well try it. You got nothing to lose really. But I think it's around. Yeah. Oh, is he already? Did he start on mediums?
Yeah, he started on mediums. He's got another set of mediums, so he'll have to start make another stop. So he's banking on safety car right now.
Yeah, which I mean, it's quite a likely option.
CRS major there, clips the inside curve, almost goes completely off as Don's getting absolutely swamped on his return. Frendo and Marcy side by side, a bit of contact between them. Marcy, oh my god, lost the back end coming out of turn 10, goes into Don and then spears off the other way. Marcy in big trouble here.
Don might have damage. He seems to be losing a lot of time. And Major's out of the session.
How has he lost it there?
I don't. That's almost impressive how he's lost it there. And that's a virtual safety car. Now, if I was to swip, I'd pit. I would, as Jav has pit, Flip has pit as well.
I need to see the footage. I'm baffled on how he's lost it there.
As Flip's gone onto the hards, whereas Jav's gone onto the mediums, so Jav doing the right call, yeah, 100%. I think Flip is very unnecessary to go on the hards, as there were Don, Frento and Serial Killer are going 3 wide under the safety the VSC. Very, very unusual. As we do get back underway, as Harry's got a drive-through penalty.
It's heartbreaking for Harry, and once again, it just adds to what we were saying. Harry's got the pace, just these silly mistakes.
Yeah, we almost called it for him in a way. As Jav's got ahead of Flip as well.
Yeah, I think Flip may have changed his front wing as we got the move on Don here. Nice little switch back and job done. Red Bull moves up into 8th place.
Good move from the Red Bull driver, as Don seems to be still slipping down the field. I'm sure might have side pod damage or something.
He's got side pod damage.
Yeah.
From that incident with who was it now?
I don't know. It wasn't Ghost Recon, was it? Marcy, yeah. As Stephen is holding onto the back of Lars Whitewell here. He's now going to get the DRS effect as well. He is on 14% compared to Lars' 70, but that's almost impressive to lose that much ERS already. As Lars is doing a very almost a weave defending. I don't think that's exactly allowed, but as Harry makes his drive-through pit stop and allows the likes of Ibo into P10. Great start from him in the Alpine.
Ibo's just on this game, Ibo has been unleashed. Like no one is
Yeah.
prepared for Ibo.
He's got the consistency, which he knows the track limits very well, and he sticks to them, which is what you want to see.
I reckon Ibo could win the race on Indus. I'm just saying.
Are you sure about that, Mike?
Ibo's a master of wet tyres, dry track. He's done it for so many seasons. He's a master of it.
You do. Has Flips managed to get past Jav on the hard tyres?
Yeah, so not sure if Jav's made a mistake or whether it's just a DRS overtake. But yeah, Flip gets through up into 13th and gets some big lag issues right now.
How are you? Oh no.
I was when I was on board with Jav. It's right as around.
He's binned it. I don't know how he's binned it there either, actually. Right, that's.
Yeah, I understand it. Like, you know,
I suppose mid corner.
Yeah,
as Ibo lets Jess pass.
No, Ibo, get back through. Actually,
nah,
no,
he's,
Ibo,
he's getting the DRS.
DRS. This is
he knows what he's doing. Here we go. He's got the overtake on. Here we go.
Masterclass of Ibo here. DRS wide open as he runs down towards.
He's going to get it done as well, I think. Here we go. And he backs out of it. No, Ibo. You're supposed to fully dive it there.
Hang on. Ibo with the run.
With the DRS down. Just keeping it on now.
DRS.
He's still going for it. Jess must be really confused with what's going on. But...
And interesting, Jav has come into the pits, so maybe damaged the reason how Flip managed to get past him.
Yeah, he could. I think he might have made a mistake. I mean, Flip does seem to have very good pace on those hards anyway, but...
Well, this is going to help Flip. He's on the back of...
there you go. Ibo again. He's now within 2 tenths of Jess.
Go on, Ibo. Go on.
Down DRS straight.
Oh, he's used everything. DRS depleted. Go on, no, Ibo. Oh, no.
Okay. Lovely battle here between the Alpha and the Alpine drivers.
Yeah, this is what Division 5 is all about now. Just it's great battling.
Proper battling.
Yeah, you don't get this up in Division 1.
As Royal Council has retired.
That's a full course safety car.
Oh wow.
So Jav has been thrown a lifeline here, as has Marcy.
And
Bellin
Flip.
on those hards, and really
Harry's already coming into pits. Oh, great idea from him.
Yeah, absolutely, Harry and right into the pits. Smart call from both of them. Flip though. I don't know if Flip was already past the line. He might have been. They got the safety car. They're just been overtaken by Jess, Ibo, and Flip. Now this is the battle we need to see.
All on different sets of tyres as well.
Yeah, I mean, if Flip wants any hope in this race, he needs to try and get through as quickly as possible. But he's up against Ibo. He's got to get past Ibo first. Like that's
it's no easy challenge.
The only way you can get past Ibo easily is if he takes pity on you and lets you through.
Yeah. If I was Flip, I'd pit to mediums.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're listening, pit for mediums, lad.
It will do you the world a good lad. I think the only people that shouldn't really pit are Frento and Jess, as they're already on mediums.
Yeah.
So, however, the rest of it, yeah, pit. Frento does stay out.
Lars is gonna get held up a bit by coming to the pits.
He hasn't, yeah.
I was going to say, because he's in the Mercedes, that's the first pit box, everyone diving in, he could have got held.
Yeah, he was very lucky in a way, with everyone coming in.
Ben going for another set of softs.
He's going for the two-stop, lad.
Doesn't work. It's like Arsenal football team, it doesn't work.
Or Man U today.
You know, Nathan's going to be absolutely furious at you and Gary now that you said that.
They already are, so I might as well lean into it. So, if you're watching Nathan and Gary up the Villa. But yeah, so it's a bit of a reset on the race for most drivers. They've done their stop now, and they can casually see it on through to the end.
Yeah, absolutely, and Flip decides to stay out on his hard tyres. So in my mind, a bit of a sitting duck. And Ben Scott's in AI is. I see this a few times.
Kick him out.
Some drivers it can't be an AI.
Yeah. Flip ignored us as well, so he's lost a bit of respect from me today. Should have listened to us. Even if he's not listening to us, should have listened to us.
I mean, if he gets overtaken, like, you know, by Ryan, Swift, Turkler, Mason, Don, like, all the way, if everyone starts overtaking him, like, you know, we just sit there with the Jeremy Clarkson smug on our face.
We really can. Like, he's got the privilege of the two best drivers in LOE commentating over him, and he decides not to listen to us.
I mean, speak for yourself.
Mike, we're no assist users. That's why we're goated.
I mean, I don't think either of us can say that. I mean,
yeah, I don't even feel it doesn't even.
Assist and
No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't.
You do.
No, I turned it off because, like, IOS or my other leagues I'm in, they don't allow it anyway for some reason, even though they allow assists. So I've just thought, oh, might as well turn it back off again.
It's
So I keep forgetting.
Assist. It's like using braking assist.
No, it's not. It's just one
Yes,
less
it
thing
is.
to do. It's one less thing to do when you're driving, because, like, in quali, yeah, it's fine, but if in a race and you're not sure whether you got DRS or not, it's a very small sound. So having it on just makes it that little bit easier.
You know, just use your eyes. See that you got DRS. Like,
Nah, my eyes aren't very good.
Should have got Specsavers, mate. This is why D5 is like the most entertaining division in Liga Europe. It's the banter, it's the commentary team.
Yeah, the commentary team makes the races, and that's why D5's always been the best. It's always had the best commentators.
I was going to say something. I was going to say it suffered last season.
Right. Last season they had the best commentators as well, so don't know what anyone else.
I was going to say it suffered last season, but it did because you had racing in it.
You made the D5 races a lot more entertaining, I will say that.
Oh, Mikey's round again.
Don't know what you mean. We just kind of ignored it at some point. We kind of ignored it during the end of the season because we just felt bad saying it. Felt bad we're having to remind everyone. Oh, the safety car's in. Very nice, Aston Martin.
Yep, and now Lars needs a good restart here to try and get a Fendo to get a car in between him and Stephen Rowe.
Yeah.
I think if he can do that,
He's
got a good chance of breaking DRS by the time 3 laps are up.
Frento's gone very. He's just followed the safety car in, really. That's what's happened. I don't think a lot of people were expecting it, as he has the likes of Jess and stuff are a lot far behind. Just Ben on those fresh softs. He's already got past Jess. He's on the charge, the Ferrari driver with the number 12, like me.
Goes Lars looking at the outside for turn 2 on Frendo.
That's a risky move. He's got it done very nicely indeed from the Mercedes driver, pure Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, and now Stephen Roebuck, he's right up behind that McLaren, but there's no way through at this moment.
Frento defends it very nicely, to be fair to him. Because those mediums won't be too bad at the minute. They're going to be a bit slower than the fresh mediums, but as Serial Killer and Swip in the background, Flip is falling down the order on those hard tyres. I don't know if he's got damage, but as well.
He didn't listen to us.
Yeah. Yeah, he does have damage as well, actually. As now the two Alpines overtake him in symmetry.
Now, Stephen Roebuck, this is crucial. He needs to get past Fendo right here because Ben Scott is right behind him.
Yeah, Ben Scott's looking very quick at this restart at the minute. He does have to make another stop still, but if there's another safety car, which could easily be at the minute.
Yeah, and Lars has already broken DRS range to Fento, so this has worked out perfectly for him. The Serial Killer goes past Jess and gets himself up into 6th place, and we've got Swip trying to hang it around the outside. And look at that, Don steering wheel.
Well, what a move.
Double overtake. And that's why he's a former champion.
Yeah, I was going to say, only title winners know how to do those type of moves. As Stephen. Oh, and Stephen lost his front wing.
Oh no.
Then two were going side by side into turn 1, and I said it at the start of the race, there's going to be a collision there, but I didn't expect it to be lap 10. As I think Frent has just shut the door on him completely going through the corner. It's allowed Ben Scott into Ryan now as well into P4.
This has actually ruined Stephen Roebuck here.
Yeah, 100%. He's got no front wing for a lap, which is one of the worst things on this game.
Gone as well.
Oh, Harry. You need to stop copying Mike.
Yeah, don't copy Mike. Do as I say, not as I do. That's the expression.
If you want to copy someone, copy like someone in Division 1, not like, let's say who's good? Neo. You gotta follow Neo. That's how you gotta win races. As Frento is defending for his absolute life at the minute, placing he's very fair defending as well though, which is what you want to see really.
Yeah, but he's got a soft runner who's right up his rear now, looking down the inside of the penultimate corner, and he should get it. And
he's let Ryan through as well. Almost tandem teamwork there from the Williams and Ferrari.
Now this has got to be scary for Ryan to look at, because I'm on board with Ryan. I'm seeing red bar with the X coming up on Ben Scott's name, but
he's going to go for the move, and he gets it done very nicely indeed.
Oh Jesus, what's going on here?
I don't know.
Big lag spike on Ben Scott.
Because feels weird.
Inside Ryan Belshaw.
Yeah. Feels weird commentating over a Ben in the Ferrari when that exact thing is in D3, but it's like Ryan's got himself into a very nice position here. Like, yes, he may not be able to get Lars, but he's got the closest challenger to him is Don's steering wheel. As Ben's gone, he's lost his front wing as well. Frento's going to be absolutely furious with that. Especially with no front wing, there's no need to do that really. Frento now he's hit the wall going into the corner. I don't know if he's got damage, but Don somehow is now a net P3 out of all of this.
Right his way towards the top 3, and it's almost like he hasn't missed a step. I mean,
yeah. Just got that killer instinct.
I remember him being a little bit like this back in season 4 when he won the title. It wasn't necessarily always about pace with Don. It was being smart, finding the moments, like picking his way through,
doing the moves correctly, which is one of the most. You can't really teach it in a way, like, if you know what I mean. Like, only certain people know when to time moves, and because you see a lot of dive bombs in league racing, it just becomes a given. And it seems to be everyone gets younger every season in league racing. But
yeah, I remember when I used to be considered, not old. Now I'm just saying.
Same. I remember when I
Same,
used to
I'm
be
about 10
young.
years older than you.
Yeah, but I'm not young anymore in terms against these drivers. I'm one that I've actually got experience. I'm like prime Sebastian Vettel at the minute.
Right, I'm prime.
Actually, not.
It's been going old 80s or
As
90s.
Don might have damage, as Frento squeezed him out there, and it's allowed Swip through straight away. Very and Serial Killer's now got Don. I hope for Don's sake he doesn't have damage, but I'm not too sure.
Doesn't appear to have damage visually for us anyway, but as Mason picks up a 3-second time penalty. Lap 12, and we've only seen a handful of time penalties. That's good going so far from these guys.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It just seems to be that Russia's not as penalty chaos as it used to be. I don't know about your division, but Division 3 certainly seemed that way.
Yeah, my division wasn't too bad with the penalties.
Yeah.
Like I said, I dropped like a fair few places. I only had like 1 3-second time penalty. It's Serial Killer gets through on Fendo and up in 4th place with the Red Bull on the charge.
As Don now takes his opportunity, like we've been talking about, and gets the inside line for this long left-hander, and gets the move done on Frento as well. So Don very nicely indeed following Serial Killer through and up into P5. Jav picks up a pen. Just as we're talking about penalties.
Jav was actually on the back of all this, and does Jav have weight damage? He went very wide for that corner. Doesn't look like it.
The Serial Killer picks up a penalty as well now. I think we've just jinxed the entire grid here.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
Sorry, Division 5.
Yeah, our fault.
Yeah, we'll take the blame for that one.
Here goes right now on Jess over P10. We've done Marcy now on the back of Frento.
It's almost his. Frento needs to pit sooner rather than later here. He's losing positions ridiculously quick.
The thing is, he's going to need to pit lap 16, 17 to make these softs like work decently to the end. They are going to drop off in terms of pace towards the end, but
you can't do much about it at the minute.
Don and Marcy super nice moves getting past both Frento
and Frento's gone round. Might have got tapped, yeah.
Well, but
there might have been a bit of contact there with the McLarens.
McLaren team are going to be fuming. I'm not looking forward to this McLaren debrief for that tonight.
Yeah, there's going to be some strong words said in the debrief, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
As the race is sort of as Mason spin and put it in the wall as well. Oh no, that's not going to make Frento any happier, I don't think. Now Jav's 17th. I'm confused to what strategy Jav is doing, if I'm honest. He's on fresh mediums again now.
Jav pit again?
I think so, yeah. Has he picked up damage again or something? Is he just going for the 4-stop? Could be. Could be a secret hack that the 4-stop's ridiculously fast.
Harry goes into the back of Frento.
As Ibo drifting around the corners as well behind them.
Oh, I'm going on board with that. You got to watch a bit of Ibo drifting.
It takes a new line into the last corner as well.
I saw nothing.
Sure.
Oh, now.
Harry's going to be fuming with Frento for that one. He's moved over on him on a straight line. I think it's a bit dangerous there from the McLaren driver. As luckily for Harry, he does get past.
As the Ferraris swap positions, and Bellin picks up himself a 3-second time penalty for good measure.
haven't seen much about him today, actually. In the Ferrari. Ben's got with a lot of work to do now on those fresh mediums.
Now, if I was Don, I would not be using my ERS. I'd save it up. Are you in the slipstream? You're obviously going to be overtaking this guy anyway ahead of you because he does have a penalty and you don't. Just save up the years.
Which is very hard to do around here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Take advantage of DRS. Just Dirk could drag you along because he is closing in on Swips.
I'm not sure he is actually. I don't think either of them are though, unfortunately for them both.
It's like definitely got a
spare exit. Harry now look all over the back of Reich. Will he get the move done and into P7? Yes, he will. They both take a wide line going into turn 1, however.
Now, would you say he'd have to get that position back?
I don't know actually, because he was already ahead, and Reich did actually just follow him offline as well. So neither of them actually gained or lost anything, in my opinion.
As Don finds out that you can't hit that inside curb anymore at turn 8 and flips that curb, and his car decides to do a little bunny hop.
Gotta love a little bunny hop, just to entertain the fans, really.
I mean, do you even league race if you don't bunny hop?
Exactly. That's the question we're all asking here. As I'm trying to find a battle, but everyone's too spread out. I think pretty much is Don versus Sirica.
Ivo versus Fendon.
Here we go.
The man, the myth, the legend, Sir Ivo.
On the inside,
Yes.
he thinks better of it. Yeah. They both hop that curve quite aggressively as well. As Frento peels off into the pits, must be scared of Ibo. I think that's the only explanation.
I mean, Ivo's one of a kind, like, yo.
And back into
If
P10
you see
he
Sir
goes.
Ivo behind you, that's it, like, yo, you are sweating buckets at that point because you know you had the serious pressure.
Yeah.
Don doing a good job right at the moment, just keeping his ERS.
He is starting to gain some of it back, actually.
He's listening to us.
Yeah, it must be. There's no other reason why he'd start saving the ERS. It's only because we said it.
Yeah, exactly. You see what happens when you listen to us flip?
It could have been you flipping P4.
It could have. It could have been you up there battling for the podiums. Of course, we still got 10 more laps to go, so anything can happen. He could still get himself back up there.
Imagine he wins it now.
That'll be a very awkward interview, that one.
Let's hope he wasn't listening to the stream beforehand, if that's the case. I'm trying to find a battle.
I think the closest one that we got is Don versus Sirica.
Yeah. I'm hoping Don goes for a move soon. I think he will. He is starting to use his ERS here.
Yeah, he's just saved his ERS for a couple of laps and he's now up on 40%. He sees the red light on Serial Killer's car. Gonna be smart.
Looks for the move, yeah. As he is.
Fits in there for a new set of soft tyres. I think it's almost right picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. Maybe we really have jinxed it in terms of penalties.
It feels like half the grid have got one since we've said it. As the front three have really checked out at the minute, haven't they?
Yeah, we haven't spoken about them too much since the safety car restart, but Lars, Ryan, and Swip also all three doing a fantastic job out in front at the moment.
Yeah, they've really got like into the groove of Russia, which is quite difficult to do. And it helps with these two battling quite a lot behind them, but I think they both have the pace. They all three have the pace. Don is going around the outside, gets the inside for the next corner. It's still side by side with Serial Killer.
I'd back out, get DRS, he's so close to him right now.
And this is allowing Marcy right onto the back of them as well.
He's listening.
As Marcy enters the pit, actually.
And here we go now. This is the moment for Don to get through.
It should be a simple move here with.
He doesn't need to use that much ERS.
No, I think he just wants to get the move done before the corner's done almost, which he does do. And up into, as he picks up a
time penalty. I've been doing a 3-second time penalty.
Now this makes it a lot more interesting, in a sense.
Yep. Now this is, as the Italian cookers would say, is getting spicy.
Yeah. Is that
joke fell flat? That joke fell
No.
flat.
I did find it funny. I was just also trying not to cough at the same time, so I couldn't really react.
It's okay, man. It's okay. My joke's on it.
No, they are good. They are good.
As we got Ben Scott now and Flip having a bit of a battle, and Ben Scott still need to make a final pit stop.
No, he does not, I don't think. Because he was on softs, remember? He made that 2-stop.
Ah, yes.
So, obviously, with those.
This is going to be interesting because, what's called Ben, we do think he's going to be able to get past Flip. He's on fresher tyres, and he does look a bit faster at this stage of the race. Are they going to be able to catch up to Reich?
They do seem to be catching quite quickly, if looking at the deltas.
Serial Killer's trying to come back at Dawn. Not enough legs in.
He's just not got the ERS. Looks like. As I think Flip is actually a bit quicker than Ben Scott by the looks of it. He's fell out of DRS going into the. As Jav is pitting again. He's going for the 5-stop.
Let's have a look up. This is his 3rd stop now? Maybe 4th? Hold on. Bit of the soft tyres going on. New front wing. There's a 3-stop. Oh, no, 4-stop. There we go.
An interesting way to take the Russia Grand Prix, that's for sure.
A safety car could still come out and he's still in this race.
That's the maddest part about it all.
Imagine the flex that Jav could have if a safety car comes out and he
gets a yeah,
and he does a
4-stop. The 5-stop OP.
Absolutely. As Serial Killer is doing well to keep with Don, and now we're seeing a bit of a reverse going on because now Serial Killer's starting to save his ERS.
They're both listening to us. That's the problem. I think the problem for Serial Killer is he uses it every straight. Like he's burned his ERS to a crisp here. When he wasn't close enough to make the move on Don. Speaking of being close, Ben Scott is back in DRS of Flip, who's also now getting in DRS of Rick.
Just outside it this time around, but he should be well within it. If we get at least second to DRS straight, then this is going to get a little bit spicy between these three.
Yeah. Hang on, I'll quickly look at the penalties.
Flip needs to build a big gap, but he does seem to have the pace to build that gap on Reich if he can get through.
One thing I will say is Flip's got 11 seconds worth of penalties.
I know, that's what I mean. It does seem like with how quickly he's caught Reich, it does seem like he can build that 8 seconds that he needs to stay ahead of Reich.
I don't think he'll be able to build it on Ben Scott, however.
Oh, no chance. Bellon disagrees with us. Picks himself up a 3-second type penalty to say, no, he can do it. But there goes Flip getting through on right, and now the question is going to be about Ben Scott, who completely cuts the corner, gets off a 3-second type penalty.
I think he did that to get out of the way.
Yeah, he completely outbroke himself going into that corner. He's skid right off the track, and
both of them continue on.
yeah, if I was Ben, I'd drop that position back to right.
Yeah, I think he deserves to move position back for sure.
Yeah, Ben, if you're listening, FIA concede the position.
Stewards have looked at it into, but definitely said, even though you're a second ahead now, you need to get the position back.
We've got Don and Serial Killer once again having a bit of a battle, but they're on equal ERS now. Slight advantage to Don. Equal penalties as well. I'll tell you what, if these two scrap, like we know they're going to scrap, is it going to bring Harry F in?
Yeah, easily. I mean, depends how much they scrap. I don't think Harry F's got the pace to actually keep up with them at the minute.
He needs them to lose 5 seconds over the next couple of laps, and you see like how much these guys are battling. Harry F has already taken half a second already.
It could happen. He only needs to be within 3 seconds as well.
Exactly. I think with the DRS straight up and Serial Killer pull away is making that gap look bigger than what it is.
Yeah. I don't think Serial Killer.
Right now, Serial Roebuck's had a pretty quiet recovery drive so far.
Yeah, he's done it very nicely, to be fair to him.
He's up in 10th. He's right on the back of Reich. He's within the penalties of the 3 cars ahead of him.
So that's another 3 positions.
I mean, he's going to get right here, but yes, Roebuck at the moment looking for a good recovery up in the 7th as currently stands.
Marcy looking to follow him through as well, maybe.
Marcy, another one on a bit of a recovery drive. As
he goes for the dive.
Oh my god!
What?
Almost goes into the back of Stephen there.
Danny Ricciardo dive bomb.
Reich's gone. Reich's gone.
Oh, that's a shame.
Ibbo moves up into 11th. Bellon's in the points almost.
I think if Rog doesn't have damage, he should be able to carry on. As Jav is out.
Oh no.
Not been the best day for the Alpine driver. He has been quite in a safety car-like position.
Yeah.
Really. I think we're just a bit.
Well.
I think we're just a bit too late for it now, unfortunately.
Oh no, the safety cars they'll come off like a lap or two.
Wouldn't surprise me, to be fair.
It would bait everyone into. Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say it was going to bait everyone into pitting, and then it just comes in the next lap.
Doesn't let anyone catch up.
Yeah, exactly. So Lars 8.5 seconds ahead of Wright, and it's been a quiet race on both of these two. Swip as well since getting into third.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel sorry for these three. This must be the most boring race of their life.
Yeah, we're gonna have a struggle with interviewing them really in a minute. Apart from, especially Lars, he's literally just led the entire race. That's all. It's not done anything else really. As Serial Killer is all over the back of Don again.
And Marcy's managed to get through on Stephen Roebuck and around
Frento. As Harry picks up a penalty as well.
I didn't even clock that, he's on hards. Frento's on hards. I didn't even clock it.
Why has he gone? They're 5 lap old as well, so hang on. He's gone medium hard. Is that the strategy he's gone?
Yes. He's made one pit stop.
You don't get that in Div 1, that's for sure.
No, you really don't. You got Flip on the back of Harry F, and
Ooh, that was close.
Went for a little bait and switched to the other side, but Harry F not really falling for it, keeping his car where he needs to defend you. Stephen Roback on the back of Marcy's in 9th place.
This really is allowing Marcy and Stephen to catch up to Harry now, who's also got a penalty.
Inside of Harry F, he's open up my corner, the side by side, wheel to wheel, and
now surely Harry F's going to get him back.
Yeah, wrong place of Flip to make that move. See, yep, DRS closing in on the Aston Martin.
It doesn't actually get the move done. Very surprising indeed.
I know why. Harry knows he's going to jump on penalties anyway, so he's not going to.
He doesn't have to worry about, yeah.
But what he does have to worry about is the fact that Marcy is only about half a second.
Oh, never mind.
But what he's got to worry about is that Stephen Roback is about 4 seconds, about 1.8 seconds off the back of the penalty situation.
It's now only 5 drivers. We don't have pens. Since we've said it, it's really gone upside down for penalties.
Right now, Ibo is doing enough to keep a hold of P11.
Yeah, definitely. Seems to have the slight pace advantage over the people behind him at the minute.
Oh, Reich's just dipped in that 3-second window. We are on the penultimate lap, by the way. I mean, this race has kind of
flown by.
Yeah, it's flown by, but there's not been a huge amount that's happened.
It just seemed there's not been much safety cars and stuff stopping us either.
Yeah, it was just the one VSC and the one full safety car, wasn't it?
Yeah. As I look back to this,
Jess and Bellin, contacting Jess around.
Oh no.
Heartbreaking for Jess. I believe it's Jess's debut was here tonight as well.
Yeah, there's quite a few debuts here tonight in D5.
Well, lap 26, we got a serial killer who, in my head, has played this completely wrong. He's used DRS to keep with Don on the streets and not gain anything.
Now out of DRS as well.
Yeah.
Looking at it, I don't think he had the pace to keep up with him and save ERS.
Well, he used all of his ERS when he didn't need to, so he never had the ERS really
to recharge.
Really put Don under serious pressure. He was using it like crazy to gain
1 or 2
half
tenths.
a second on the main straight, but that half a second wasn't enough to get him in a position to overtake. Look, he's using it again. There's no need to use it here.
If anything, it's making his last part of the lap worse and putting him under more pressure.
Yeah. On the final lap of the race, Lars is coming into sector 2, Ryan just coming into turn 4.
As Ben Scott now looking for the move on Harry. Can he get it done? He thinks better of it, which is surprising. Maybe he wants to get it done on the second DRS straight.
I think what Ben is trying to do is try and force Harry into a mistake, and hopefully that one mistake will lead to another 3-second time penalty.
It's the last lap though.
Yeah, no, what I mean is he wants to force Harry into a mistake, so he's level on penalty, so he can make the overtake position.
As I'm going to ride on board with Lars real quickly, as he has driven superbly this race. He's led every single lap, I think, or pretty much every single lap, maybe bar one. And he's controlled the race, and he takes home the win for the Mercedes. And he is.
got Marcy there involved as well. Oh, contact!
Massive crash.
Contact! Marcy's got no wing. That's going to help Stephen Rowe back out.
It will if he doesn't get caught up behind him too much.
Yep, Stephen Rowe.
As
Don stays ahead of Serial Killer, we got Flip crossing the line. He'll drop down the order. Won't be as bad as what it would have been, but Stephen Rowe back will jump in 6th. Harry F will be 11th. Marcy in 8th. Yeah, Flip
P9. And I think as F1 Mason's just gets past. Oh, and there's a.
Oh no, Ibo!
Ibo was just drifting.
Rose on for 11th, ladies and gentlemen. Mason will cross the line in 11th, right in 12th. Ibo missing out.
Well on 14th. And
Jess be able to jump. Yeah, I think Jess did jump up.
Yeah. And that is it. A very dramatic last lap, actually, after saying nothing really happened. As Swift gets driver of the day, I'm not too sure.
Well,
to be honest,
there's only 3 people that we could really put in as driver of the day.
Yeah, first, second, and third.
That's those 3 on the podium right there.
Funnily enough, Don has a shout maybe as well in P4. Yeah, but apart from that, that's about it really. I think Lars was fully deserved of the win in the end. He had the pace seemingly over everyone today.
Yeah, I think the only competition Lars had at any point in this race was in that first stint with Stephen Roebuck right behind him.
I think even then, I don't think Stephen had the pace to match him. I think because I looked at their ERSs and Lars was on 80 and not worrying about, even though Stephen had the RS. So.
Well, the man who picked up fastest lap, one of our non-finishers, is Jav who picked up fastest lap. But I'm ready for the order one more time. There's Lars taking victory here tonight with Ryan Belcher in 2nd, Swift in 3rd, Don Steenwell in his return in 4th, Seal Cadet in 5th, Stephen Roebuck in 6th, Harry F in 7th, Marcy in 8th, Flip Namzaram in 9th, Ben Scott rounding out the top 10, and we got Mason in 11th, Wright rounding out the finishing of the points claim positions. Then we got Ibo, Jess and Bellin outside the points, and then our non-finishers were Fendo, Jav, Royal Council, ERS Major, and
Ghost Recon. So yeah, that is it for Russia. We're gonna have to invite the driver over to the party.
Yep, I'll get on that now.
Yeah. It is nice to have a Division 5 race without any technical issues as well, I must say.
I mean, how does it happen though? I mean, we go from 2 back-to-back, like 2 3-hour-long races to
a 50-minute one, quick one.
Yeah, possibly one of the races where not a huge amount happened for the entire thing.
Yeah. It's nice to see. In all honesty, I think we can both say driving around. Well, commentating for 2 hours is a very stressful thing to do. So now we wait for the drivers to join.
Gotta wait for me to check out the news first.
It's okay.
Last but not least, PlayStation decides to load. There we go.
Got there eventually.
I don't know why PlayStation likes to have all these issues. It picks on me all the time.
Yeah, it picks on D5, I think, in general.
Yeah, I don't think Sony are too happy with D5, right? But
It's obviously because it's the best. They can't deal with that.
they're trying to prevent it. That's what it is. Like, there's a Sony conspiracy to stop the D5 stream. Like I'm saying it now.
Yeah, there definitely is, especially since I've noticed it as well.
Yeah, but we have been joined by all three of our podium finishers here tonight, and who should we jump in with first? We'll go with the race winner first. So, Lars, very tense opening stint on the soft tyres with Stephen Roback, but after that, nothing to speak for. How was that for you?
Well, I was hoping that Stephen and I just could get away from the pack, just try to get enough others DRSs, but after the safety car came, the guy in front had a very interesting start, just didn't slow down.
Yeah,
But luckily I started early enough, and I couldn't get him in turn 2. I was like, I really need to do that, otherwise probably the race will be ended differently. But yeah, very happy, very good pace, no mistakes, so very nice.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's interesting because we usually have several questions to ask, but mostly all three of you in the top 3. At one point, we were in some good battles, and then for pretty much 2/3 of the race, it was just
Driving around.
whistling a la Fernando Alonso.
I expected so much more safety cars too, but
Yeah.
luckily.
So, I mean, the only other question that I can ask is there any moment in that race at all where things got a little bit ropey for you, like traction-wise or penalty-wise?
I had no warnings, so that's not really the issue. The traction wasn't that bad. I only had like 38% at the end of the race, so I wasn't really struggling a lot. Only at the end when you have crashed, I was kind of scared of a safety car. Luckily there wasn't enough laps left in the race, so I was kind of lucky with that.
Yeah, I mean, you drove absolutely fantastic today. Next week, of course, it is Austria, and you go into next week's race. I'm just doing the maths on the standings, 2 seconds. So
Might take a while then.
you had what are you trying to say about the mathematics skills?
Nothing.
Right, so you had a 13-point gap, right? You ready for this? Quick maths. 13 plus 18, no 18. 13 plus 7. You got a 20-point lead now going into Austria as we're getting close now to the halfway stage of the season. A 20-point lead at the moment is very, very big for you. And
Yeah.
like, how do you feel about your season so far?
Well, in the beginning I was a little bit struggling because it's the first year I really play F1, and after like the patch is really game changing for me. It got a lot of faster, tried a lot of different settings, found better setups I could use, understood more about it. Only getting faster and faster, and Risha was already a great track for me. And the beginning of the season I was more lucky with all the people penalties and stuff like that to get on the podium, but luckily this time was all me.
Fantastic. And how do you feel about Austria next week?
I love the track, only the middle sector isn't too great for me, so I need to work on that, but I'm very looking forward to it.
Yeah, happy days. Fincan, you got any questions?
You kind of use them all up, but so like around halfway through the season now. Like you said, you've not really been in F1 before. How does it feel to be like the title leader going into the midpoint of the season now?
Well, I was expecting to be like in the mid-pack of like top 10.
Yeah.
I was hoping to aim for at the end of the season, and now already leading just feels great. Just it's mind blowing.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's it from me really. Great race today. Yeah.
Congratulations on your win back. Go enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
Moving on to the man who finished second place and obviously second in the championship as well. Missed 2 races, but come back with 2 strong performances back to back. A first in France and second tonight in Russia. Ryan, how was that race for you, bud?
Yeah, it was pretty comfortable after, I'd say probably just after the safety car. You know, I just started pulling away and I was just in my own space. But the first couple of laps, I mean, I don't know what happened with Ghost Recon. I think it was like me jabbing him like 3 abreast going into one of the corners, and I think he just clipped the back of me and spun out. So I didn't know what happened there at the start. But to be honest, I didn't really expect a podium from this race. Not my strongest track.
Yeah, it did look like obviously after the safety car, it did get a little bit scrappy ahead of you, and you managed to pick your way through, as did Swip in behind. And how crucial was it just to pick your way through some of the incidents that were ahead of you?
Yeah, I felt like I just needed to get past as quick as possible because I realised pretty quickly when they were making mistakes, a couple of people hadn't pitted at all, so I knew the tyres had been gone. And a couple of people went wide, so I just got past pretty easily, and then luckily I got the DRS on Ben Scott and got past him pretty easily as well.
Absolutely, and some good overtaking from yourself as well tonight. See, second in the championship, 20 points separating you and Lars now going towards the midpoint of the season. Confident in trying to catch him down?
Yeah, I think I can do. I mean, I'm already smashing my own expectations. I think last season I finished the season with about 18 points, so we're miles ahead of that. So hopefully I can try and catch. I think if I didn't miss the 2 races, then maybe might be a bit closer than what it actually is. So we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, and of course Austria up next. How are you feeling about Austria?
Yeah, it's a decent track for me. I'm pretty confident on it. So, but I mean, I know Lars is pretty quick, so obviously I'm going to have to try and stay as close to him as I can for every race now left in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tim, I know I've taken all the questions again, but do you have any other questions?
I was going to say that obviously Lars seems to be quite confident going into that. Is there any races coming up for you that you think you may feel quite good at as well?
I mean, my next strongest track's probably Brazil, which is the last race. So if it boils down to that, then
yeah,
at least it's Brazil last. I'm pretty strong.
That's good then, and a great result today from you, P2. Good drive, well done.
Cheers.
Yeah, and so we look forward to seeing if you can close the gap down. See you next week, Austria. And yeah, congratulations on P2. Go and enjoy your evening.
Nice one. Cheers.
And last but not least, we have Swip. And Swip,
Yes.
how was that for you, mate? Yeah, and of course, as we mentioned with Ryan trying to carve his way through like the incidents ahead, you arguably had a lot more incidents to try and carve your way through as well. So, how was it for you trying to pick your way through what was going on in front of you? Yeah, absolutely. And now, Tinkan, I'm actually going to allow you to have an Austria question, and then I'm going to give you a question.
So obviously good result here today, P3. So does that give you some sort of momentum going into Austria now that you can you can get better P3s and stuff? Best way to go about it, that's for sure. And congrats on your podium today. Thank you.
Alright, so there we go. Top 3, hopefully now go and enjoy your evenings and
I think,
enjoy the podium. Next week, obviously, Austria. Hopefully, PlayStation decides to actually land the stream next week. That would be absolutely
that'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Yeah.
It would be.
No issues week on Div 5 in PlayStation. It's quite rare. But yeah, I think, I don't know about you, I'm definitely going to go enjoy my evening now. So.
I'm going to go cry about my evening. But
Well, same sort of, but just try and forget about it as quickly as possible.
yeah, absolutely. So that will bring an end to round number 7 at Russia. Next week we will be back for round number 8 at Austria. But until then, I've been Mike, he's been Tinkan, and we'll see you next week.